Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Zadan, the Bible Answer Man. December 21st, 2012 is a date that is quickly coming upon us, and many wonder just what will happen on this date. In this video, I will examine the beliefs of the past civilizations, some people's interpretations of their prophecies. I will examine specific facts of our modern world and what the Bible prophetically says must happen. Using all this information, I will conclude with the most logical and probable scenario for this period of time. I could have written an entire book on this subject, but I decided time is short and this condensed version would be best. So please view all the videos to get the complete gist of what I am saying. The first thing we must agree upon is that Yahweh created all things, and the manner he created them is what we call science. He has supreme intellect. He created this universe and everything in it with a mathematical structure that he does not like to alter, but can if he so chooses. Everything in this universe has been created by a process that God has started. And because he dwells in the past, present, and future simultaneously, he knows the outcome. Time is irrelevant to him. It is the final outcome that is important to God, and he will prevail. He set a course for the creation of the universe within the boundaries of the third dimension. Not to say that there are not any other dimensions, but the third is what is relevant to us. As is depicted in the Bible, God lets events run their course until the point that he chooses to intervene. It is feasible that he started with the Big Bang, and all things were set on that course until he chose to alter it. Some evolution was undoubtedly part of that plan, but he still created all things. He created the process that makes one thing spawn from the next. That being said, God started something new in regards to humans. They are not part of the evolutionary processes that have gone on in the world. Humans are made in the image of God. All in all, God created all things. For example, when a bowler rolls a bowling ball down the lane in an effort to knock over the pins, he starts the process by providing the energy and the trajectory to accelerate the ball. It is the ball that strikes the pins down, not the bowler. Yet the bowler is responsible for the outcome. Without the initial energy to start the process, there would not be an outcome. So, people who do not believe in God basically are ones who, in this example, would honor the ball for knocking over the pins, instead of the bowler who threw the ball, which is irrational. Evolution is part of creationism. Evolution is intelligent design because God created evolution. It was God himself who pre-programmed the evolutionary processes that the universe brings forth. That being said, the universe is cyclical by nature. In these cycles, there are pre-programmed results that only God himself can foresee, because he is not subject to time, and the majority of these cycles greatly exceed human lifetime. Nonetheless, these cycles will continue until God himself chooses to stop them. Furthermore, it is also reasonable to assume that God uses what he created to administer his judgment at the time that he has already predetermined. Yahweh knows the nature of man. Only a few seek the righteousness of God, and the masses will always seek unrighteousness due to their own pride and arrogance. So God gives mankind collectively a length of time to either repent and become one with him, or to continue on a downward spiral to destruction. God is patient, but he will not wait forever. So, is 2012 the conclusion of a cyclical time that God will use to administer his judgment on the earth? First, let's look at what we are told may happen to the earth on this date. December 21st, 2012, or thereabouts, since some say that it actually ends on the 23rd of that month, is the date that the Mayan calendar cycle ends. Is this just the end of their long count cycle, or does it refer to something more, like destruction? The Mayans were remarkably accurate in their astrological findings and are renowned for their phenomenal timekeeping. So we must give credit where credit is due. Not to mention that other ancient cultures, such as the Aztecs, Incas, Egyptians, and the Sumerians, among others, also wrote about the same time period and outcome. One thing is for certain, science acknowledges that on this 2012 date, our solar system will cross the galactic equator, and they do not know or won't tell what effect this will have on our planet. It has been established that our solar system travels around the Milky Way galaxy in an oscillating wave pattern. This means we are either above the galactic equator or below the galactic equator for roughly 25,600 years. That is equal to 5 cycles of the Mayan long count calendar. We must also note that in this upcoming galactic crossing, we are also going to be aligned with the galactic dark rift, which does not happen every crossing and may cause a more destructive effect this time around. Most of the 25,600 year time period predates any of our historical data, so no one knows exactly what will or will not happen. One thing is for certain, ancient knowledge tells us that the Earth has gone through cataclysmic events in the past and most likely will in the future. The question is this future going to shortly be our present? We can only logically speculate as to what can happen when we cross the galactic equator. What we know regarding our Earth's equator is that when we cross from the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere, there is a change in magnetic polarity, causing water to flow down the drain in the opposite direction. Will there be a similar change in our magnetic current when our solar system crosses the galactic equator? Logic tells us that it is very possible. Physicists have found evidence of extremely high photon energy being emitted from the galactic equator. These gamma rays are presently heating up our solar system, and it has been found, as we get closer to the galactic equator, that the sun's magnetic field has increased over 230%. Earth core samples show us that the Earth enters an ice age approximately every 100,000 years. And this, remarkably, falls in line with polar shift pattern, which Albert Einstein verified the validity of earthly pole shift cycles. Core data shows that the temperature of the Earth rises just prior to the beginning of an ice age. It is also presumed that the Earth's magnetic field weakens and wanders to a new destination prior to a pole shift. Our magnetic field is presently fading, and magnetic true north has been moving towards Russia at the rate of 40 kilometers per year since the 1990s. Furthermore, we also have to take into account that science tells us that sunspot activity will be at a solar maximum in the year 2012, causing large solar flares that will definitely have an effect. Did the Mayans know that all this turmoil will culminate at the same time? Is this a cyclical event that cannot be stopped?